6 questions only true God of War fans can answer. Part 1. Last week, a trailer for the new God of War game called Laufey was released, and it upset a lot of fans. Many people think this means we won't see Kratos anymore. But according to the series director, Kratos is not being replaced. He will still have his own story, and no one is taking his place. In fact, Cory Barlog has said that he likes to include questions in his games that are never directly answered inside the story. For example, in God of War 2018, no one ever figured out who summoned the World Serpent. And in the older games, it was never fully explained how Kratos traveled from Greece to the Norse realms. Questions like these have always been part of the series. But the important thing is that the upcoming Laufey game might finally answer some of the key mysteries in the God of War universe. So I decided to start from the very first game and try to answer these questions based on everything we know so far. And if any of my answers turn out to be wrong after Laufey is released, I'll make another video to correct them. So, let's get started. Question 1. Why did Ares attack Athens? In God of War 1, we saw Ares attack the city of Athens, which was under Athena's protection, with the intent to destroy Athena. But why did he do it? Reason 1. Hatred of Athena. The game does not mention that Ares had a city like Athena's, where the people would worship him. This led Ares to become jealous of his sister, and over time, that jealousy turned into hatred. By attacking Athens, he aimed to destroy Athena's reputation and authority, both among mortals and the gods. Additionally, Zeus's law prohibiting direct interference from gods meant Athena could not defend her city and was forced to simply watch its destruction. Also, Ares and Athena were both gods of war, which created a natural rivalry between them. Ares wanted to prove that he was stronger than Athena, and even the other gods. Note, some argue that Athena is only the goddess of wisdom, which is true, but she is also the goddess of strategic warfare, whereas Ares is the god of chaotic, violent, and destructive war. Reason 2. Coup against Zeus. In God of War Ascension, we saw that Ares sought to take control of Olympus. Like his father and grandfather before him, who overthrew their own parents, Ares wanted to seize power for himself. His goal may have even included imprisoning or killing Zeus. This is why he launched his attack on Athens. Question 2. Why didn't Athena and the other Olympian gods destroy Ares themselves, instead of empowering Kratos himself? Answer. Long before the events of the game, Zeus established a law that forbade the gods from engaging in direct conflict with one another. Because of this, none of the Olympian gods could openly fight Ares. One reason for this law was that a war between gods could bring destruction to both mortals and Olympus itself. In addition, Zeus feared that the gods might one day unite and turn against him. To prevent such a possibility, he enforced this rule. As a result, Athena and the other gods could not personally stop Ares and were forced to rely on a mortal champion instead. That champion was Kratos. Question 3. Why didn't Zeus take action himself, even though he knew Ares was rising against him? You might say it was because of the law he created that forbade direct conflict between the gods. However, Zeus could have ignored that law if he truly wanted to. So what was the real reason? The answer is fear. Zeus knew very well what happened to his father, Kronos, and his grandfather, Uranus. Both were overthrown by their own children. Because of this, Zeus constantly feared that one of his own offspring would eventually do the same to him. When Ares began gaining power and challenging the order of Olympus, Zeus saw him as a serious threat. He feared that if he personally fought Ares, he could either be killed or weakened to the point where another god might take advantage of the situation and overthrow him. For that reason, Zeus preferred to let others deal with the problem, rather than risk his own position and power. Question 4. Who never feared Kratos? When you hear this question, names like Odin, Heimdall, Poseidon, or even Zeus might come to mind. But the truth is that almost all of them feared Kratos deep down. However, throughout the God of War series, there were 4 individuals who not only showed no fear of him, but were also willing to stand against him. Number 1. Freya. Freya knew exactly how powerful Kratos was and what he had done. But after Baldur's death, fear no longer guided her decisions. She pursued revenge with full determination and even came very close to killing Kratos. Number 2. Faye. Faye, Kratos' second wife, was one of the few people who never saw him as a monster. She understood who he truly was and even called him a good boy.
Good boy.
Number 3. Lysandra. Lysandra, Kratos' first wife, lived with him during a time when his thirst for battle and bloodshed was growing stronger every day. Even then, she never feared him. Instead, she criticized his path and tried to pull him away from it. And the fourth one? Who do you think the fourth person is that never feared Kratos? Write your guess in the comments.
Question 5. What is Pandora's box that is so often mentioned in movies and games? In Greek mythology, the gods lived on Mount Olympus, ruled by Zeus. At that time, humans lived a harsh life and did not have fire. A titan named Prometheus felt pity for humanity and stole fire from the gods, giving it to humans. With fire, humans could cook food, create tools, and improve their lives. But Zeus was furious. He wanted to punish both Prometheus and humanity. So he ordered the creation of the first woman in the world, Pandora. The gods gave Pandora many gifts: beauty, intelligence, charm, and most importantly, great curiosity. Then Zeus gave her a mysterious container and said, "Do whatever you want, but never open this box." Pandora resisted for a long time, but her curiosity kept growing stronger. Until one day, she finally opened the box, and something terrible happened. All the evils of the world were released: disease, sorrow, pain, war, jealousy, aging, death, and suffering. These curses spread across the world, and there was no way to put them back. Panicked, Pandora quickly closed the box, but it was too late. The only thing left inside the box was hope.
Question 6. Final and most important question of God of War 1. Why did killing Ares have no major consequences like the other gods? In God of War 3, we saw that when a god is killed, the world is heavily affected. When the god of sea died, the oceans became chaotic, and when the god of sun died, the sun was nearly destroyed. But this raises an important question. Why didn't anything major happen when Kratos killed Ares, the god of war? I want to hear your theories on this one. Tell me in the comments what you think the reason is, and I might cover the best answers in the next video.